has a chance to best Steve Largent. He's going to beat Largent's long-standing record. JSN's going to be potentially the best receiver in franchise history.
I was watching you on the field today, and you could see every time you stepped up to the line of scrimmage, you believed that you could get open, and you believed that you could catch the ball. And then after you caught the ball, you let people know, I'm gonna catch the next one too.
Is he the best receiver in the business right now?
Yeah. At this point in the 2025 NFL season, it's not just clear, it's undeniable. Jaxon Smith-Njigba isn't having a moment. He's rewriting what a moment even is. The Seattle Seahawks superstar is torching every secondary unlucky enough to line up across from him, detonating defenses for 1,313 yards in just 11 games, and stalking Calvin Johnson's once untouchable single-season receiving record. Like, we're witnessing a historic takeover in real time. The kind of run players talk about for decades. But we don't want to wait decades. We want to hear exactly what they think right now and hear it from the people who actually know. The NFL legends who have had front row seats and know how hard it actually is to guard Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Because this is NFL legends explaining why it's so damn hard to guard JSN. All right, KRICH crew, we are back with another one. And look, we're jumping right into it because I love what I'm seeing from JSN right now. Dude is absolutely cooking secondaries. I know he didn't have a great week this past week, but still, dude is out here. He might break the record. Him and Myles Garrett might both break records that are just once we all thought were completely untouchable. But that's the thing. Even while this season has been a serious breakout year for Jaxon Smith-Njigba, this dude has been putting on a show since 2021 at Ohio State. Like, look at this picture. Even despite being part of the same wide receiver core as future NFL stars in this picture, he was still the main playmaker, putting up 1,606 yards across just 13 games. In that regular season too, he had huge games against Oregon and Nebraska, putting up 145 and 240 yards respectively, as well as an impressive 127 yard showing in an ultimately disappointing Big Ten championship game defeat to Michigan. However, as we all know, the most impressive performance came in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day. On that day against Utah, JSN put an obscene 347 receiving yards, an all-time record for bowl games up, and he honestly looked like he was playing Madden on rookie. On the back of that performance too, he helped the Buckeyes to a 48-45 victory in one of the most electrifying performances any of us have ever seen at the college level. And yet, none of this surprised his quarterback, CJ Stroud, at the time.
That connection probably all the way back in we came in as freshmen together, came in early. We were throwing at the Woody like our first day. And then scout team last year is like we really built it. But this doesn't surprise me at all. Like when I heard the numbers, I didn't really notice because he does this all the time.
Like the fact that CJ Stroud was able to say that receiving performance of scale didn't surprise him is a testament to the level of potential that JSN had shown on and off the field at his time at Ohio State. Hell, even his head coach at the time, Ryan Day, agreed with this statement.
I think Jackson's done what he's done all year, and that's just play within himself, but certainly some of the plays he made tonight was tremendous. We leaned on him a lot. At one point, I asked him, are you tired? On the play there where Clark caught him, and he looked at me like, what are you asking me for? Like, are you crazy? He went right back out there and played one of the best games probably in the history of the Rose Bowl.
So, up to this point too, it appeared that the hype for JSN was about to go through the roof, with the college football world waiting to see just how many yards he would put up in 2022. However, due to a hamstring injury, that season would be completely derailed. So as a result of this lost season and a lackluster 40-yard dash time of 4.52, some were unsure if he would be able to recapture the explosiveness that he showed off during that incredible 2021 season. But NFL draft analyst Chris Sims didn't see things that way.
But what's off the charts insanity good is the guy's like quickness and route running and wiggle, and his ability to break angles and all of that is like insanity. It's insanity. His ability to come off the ball and kind of be going like 70% and then almost jump in the air at like the 6-yard mark. And then you go, wait, he's jumping, and I don't know if he's about to go in or out. You can't tell. It's like Allen Iverson with an unbelievable crossover dribble, right? That's who he is.
That's the thing too, even among some analysts, his skill set was no secret. That route running ability and elusiveness was clearly going to be a problem at the professional level, and in the end, JSN dropped to 20th overall in the 2023 draft, with the Seattle Seahawks making him the first wide receiver taken that year. In Seattle, he joined a wide receiver room just as impressive as the one he had at Ohio State, beginning his professional career as the third receiver on the depth chart beyond DK Metcalf and Seahawks legend Tyler Lockett. But as early as draft night, head coach Pete Carroll and GM John Snyder were clearly very excited about the prospect of seeing JSN in this offense.
He'll be able to do everything that we want him to do. Had a marvelous workout at the school when we were there. Showed us the kinds of physical stuff that we needed to see for his stock, because he's got a unique way that he plays the game. Great catching range, great catcher, terrific feel. Excellent competitor, can make all kinds of clutch plays, come through guy that I know Gino's just going to fall in love with.
So after arriving at training camp that summer, it was clear that JSN was already gaining the respect of his peers on the team. Tyler Lockett was entering his 9th season as a Seahawk and had seen plenty of young receivers file in and out of the team's training facilities, but he couldn't help but be impressed by how well JSN had adapted to this team in his first few weeks.
Man, I think it's going to be phenomenal, man. It's always hard just being able to get adjusted when you first come in, but I mean, the way that he runs routes, the way that he's understanding, the way that Sanjay coaches, the sky's going to be the limit. I think he's going to be really good at all the things that the Seahawks that we want him to be able to do. And so I'm just excited to be able to go out there, work with him. Even though you're a vet, you can still learn from the young guys too.
So during that first season in Seattle, Jaxon Smith-Njigba remained the third option for Geno Smith, battling for targets with both Lockett and DK Metcalf, and finishing the season with a solid total of 628 yards and 4 touchdowns. However, the following year, he would absolutely displace those two as the number 1 wide receiver on the depth chart, racking up 1,130 yards and earning a Pro Bowl selection for his efforts as the Seahawks improved to a 10-7 record. And partially because of his efforts too, the Seahawks front office felt comfortable enough to move on from both Lockett and Metcalf in the offseason and make JSN the real focal point of this offense for 2025. And as we've seen through 12 games now, that has been a superb decision that John Snyder and the head coaching staff of this team has made. Like this year alone, JSN has absolutely taken his talents to a completely different level that nobody probably saw coming this year. In 2025, Smith-Njigba is playing the wide receiver position better than arguably anybody in the history of the game. When I did write this script, and it may have changed a little bit now, he was currently averaging 119.4 yards per game, leaving him on pace to absolutely shatter the single season receiving record set by Calvin Johnson in 2012 and record the first ever 2,000 yard season in over the 100 years of the NFL. His performances have been attracting attention from all corners of the world too. And on a recent podcast, former 6-time Pro Bowler and Cincinnati Bengals legend Chad Ochocinco spoke with Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe about his blistering start to the season.
He's nice. He's nice. He's everything that is advertised. Everything. And he's always been. You understand how good he is when the team was willing to let DK Metcalf go and let Tyler Lockett go, because they understood what they had on their hands. He's very good. Very good. Very sharp, very polished receiver.
So yeah, I think the fact of letting 2 receivers of that caliber both go in the offseason, and then somehow the offense has improved this year, it really just kind of is a testament to how good JSN actually is. He now leads the league in target shares this season with 37.2 of Seattle's passes going his way, and more often than not, he's coming down with the ball. All of this comes in the first year with a new quarterback in Sam Darnold too, who has seen JSN as an absolute godsend right now. His versatility and his ability to make so many different types of catches is helping elevate this offense, and it's in the league's 3rd best scoring unit as well. One man who's been impressed with this variation of JSN's game is legendary Seahawks cornerback and future Hall of Famer Richard Sherman, who said this.
The best abilities that you can have, dependability, availability, reliability, those are things that you're seeing from him, and I think you're seeing a rapport.
Talk about what you have seen from the young wide receiver year 3 out of him.
I think Sam is helping JSN grow and reach his full potential, and I think the reverse. JSN is helping Sam. I think they're maximizing the potential of this offense, and that's why they're having success, and the sky's the limit. Obviously, they're going to go out there and and start to game plan for JSN and find ways to stop him. But that's the cool thing about this offense. It's not an offense you can necessarily just sit there and say, hey, I'm going to double team this guy, or I'm going to zone him off, or I'm going to cloud him, because they use him in so many different ways. He could be running a spray out, a spray post, an over route, an under, a dig. He could be going deep. You never really know. So you can't structure your defense to stop that. And then you got to stop the run game.
Like, this third-year leap has taken him into the top echelon of NFL receivers alongside the likes of Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, all of whom are trailing in his wake right now. So whether he's able to maintain this level in the next few years does remain to be seen, but in the eyes of many, including Hall of Famer Steve Smith Sr., he's the best receiver in football right now.
He's in the zone, and that football is like the size of a basketball, and he's playing well. Sam depends on him a lot, and he's balling. No one would have seen letting go Tyler Lockett and trading away DK Metcalf that JSN would be on pace for 2,000 yards. Nobody saw that coming, but hey, it's hell of a good. And then the stiff arm, I love one of those. Put a little boy, sit him down.
Is he the best receiver in the business right now?
Yeah, right now he is this year. Right, he is. He's really showing that. But you also, right, every year there's someone that shows that they need to be in the big dog category, and JSN is one of those guys.
And we all know Smith was famously a receiver who enjoyed the physical side of his game, and his appreciation for JSN's stiff arm and his willingness to battle for every yard is clearly a huge compliment coming from a guy like that. And this is absolutely a guy who's playing football the right way and is absolutely committed to utilizing his skill set in the best possible way for his team. And no one knows that better than his all-pro teammate Cooper Kupp. Obviously, Kupp is currently the second option in Seattle's passing game, and he spends part of every game doing what the rest of us do, simply watching Jaxon Smith-Njigba make magic happen in the passing game.
I mean, shoot, he's at the end of the day, he's done an incredible job making the most of the opportunities. Over and over again, there's been games where it's like, man, we're not throwing the ball a ton. But every opportunity he has to make a play, he's doing it, and that's hard to do in this league. Everyone knows that the passing game is a lot of it's going to be going through him, and he just continues to make plays, and it's pretty impressive to watch. Yeah, I think he does a great job tracking the football, great body control, and he catches the ball. He puts his hands on the ball, he's going to catch it. And definitely, as a DB, when you're turned and running and you don't get to see the ball, and as a receiver, we do. We have the advantage, and Sam's done a great job too, just giving him opportunity balls too to make those plays. And like I said, Jackson's done it over and over again, and opportunities multiply as they are seized, and he's done a great job of that.
So now that leads us to the question that we're all going to be thinking about for the remainder of the season. Can Jaxon Smith-Njigba break Calvin Johnson's record? And well, Hall of Fame coach and Super Bowl champion Tony Dungy believes that he will, and has been impressed by his relentless consistency through all the games so far.
I think he's going to do it. It's just been week in and week out, getting open deep, catching the ball over the middle. He's been consistent. This one amazes me because they went into the season thinking we've got to get more physical. We're going to throw the ball less. We're going to be in the shotgun less. We're going to run more. All of this to really find their offensive niche as a physical running team. And he's going to put up a 2,000-yard season. Just amazing. And Rodney, he's not doing it with Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or, one of these gifted Brett Favre guys. He's doing it with Sam Darnold.
So whether he manages those 651 yards over the final games of the season does remain to be seen. But at this rate, it looks like he's about to take that record from a Hall of Famer and a bona fide NFL legend before the season's done. And who knows, if he keeps this up, he looks well on his way to becoming a legend himself before his career is even over.